Okay, so here I am in DrawIO, and I have just kind of a skeletal data model here for the pet B&B, where we have guests and clients and the stays. It's like a hotel for dogs and cats. Now here the client is like the pet, and then, oh no, the client is the person, and the guest, which I'm about to edit here, is going to be the pet. So I'm just going to work on this entity, and I'll show you where I got these in the shapes pane. And but these are unfinished. I'm going to flesh this one out and then just leave the other two just so the video doesn't drag on and on. This is really quite easy. So basically, when you're doing a physical data model with attributes, you're not going to grab your usual shape here that we've been using in our logical models. You're going to get this one up here. I'll just throw one down just so you can see. So it'll just put a table name. It starts you with a primary key, which is a good thing because every table should have a primary key, and we're now at the point where we have to start thinking about these things. And then you can add the various attributes, which I'll do here and demo it. It's really a lot of busy work this week, I would say. There's not a lot of thought involved. So here I'm going to change. Don't forget to change your table name here. Now this will be the guest table based on the business rules with the B&B. Scenario. And then, okay, so we said every table should have a primary key, and so maybe I'll call this guest ID. Okay, and then, so that's the attribute name you choose. Make it a good one, make it descriptive. And then I should, I have to specify a data type. Now this is a primary key, so you have to make a decision. Your ideal primary key is short, numeric, and fixed. So I'll definitely want to go with a number type. I guess I should make a decision as to what data type system I'm using. There are the access data types like auto number and text and currency and that type of thing. And then there are other, I have a chart somewhere posted on Canvas where you have like kind of more serious data types like varchar for variable length strings of characters, and char for fixed length characters, things like that. And you'll see the more serious types used like in Oracle database systems and SQL Server. So do whatever you want. If you plan on using Access when we do get to the point where we're building databases, just go ahead and stick with those Access data types. So I guess I could use the Access data types here. So anyway, for the primary key, a surrogate key where the database is taking care of those numbers, those ID numbers, is never a bad idea. It feels like the lazy way out, but it's actually, and it might be, but it's still probably the best choice. So I think I will go with a surrogate. This will be the, if I'm using the access data types, that's an auto number type, okay? So there's that, and it's already marked as a primary key, and I'm leaving that. Okay, so that's good. So then we're going to, this is for the guest now, so every guest, this is a dog or a cat staying at the mansion. So we'll say F name for the first name, and then for the access type it would be like maybe text, I don't know, maybe 25 characters is enough for anybody's first name. And then if you were going to specify null status, which I'm not going to make you do it, but it might be something that you have to think about if you're ever doing this for real. So and again, this is a judgment call. Should we make this not null? Should we say that every animal that stays there has got to have a first name so we know what to call that animal? So if that were the case, then you would specify null status, say not null in this case, and cannot be null means it's not null. I guess I'm a little bit awkward here in the DrawIO. I'm not used to all the little quirks, but don't worry about something like this if it comes up. Okay, well, I'm using my arrow keys and moving that up and down. Okay, but anyway, yeah, you can like stretch out your, if you wanted to, you can stretch these out if you don't like that cut off there. Okay, so in any case, there we go. All right. And so the first name, and then for the animal, maybe if they have a nickname, I think that came up in the business rules as well. So I'm going to throw in the nickname here, and then I'll make it another text, 25 characters. Now this one I would say null. Again, you don't have to specify null status. You can see the model is already getting crowded, so that's why I don't really focus too much on that. But something like a nickname, something like a person's middle name, that would have to be null because not everybody has one. And then we have the type, so this is what, guest type, and the meaning of feline, canine, whatever. And I guess we could do a vart or a text type there. Again, it depends on the business rules and what they're doing. Like if it is literally going to say either dog or cat, we could fix that at 3 characters because those are 3-character words. So again, another judgment call. And then I think, so let me space this out a little bit, see if I can get some, not quite sure. Oh yeah, so I'm over here. I've run out of rows, but I can add another row over here. Just go ahead and plop that into your, yeah, I wasn't expecting to see, I guess that's fine. Just, oh, okay, hang on, maybe this one, yeah, sorry about that. I'm still getting comfortable with this myself. There's this one with this is not too important, this separator here. I will say next week we are going to be thinking about foreign keys. I don't want to throw too much at you this week, so I'm kind of ignoring the whole issue of foreign keys. But we are going to have foreign keys, and this is a perfect place to designate something as a foreign key when you have this kind of double, this row with 2 separate sections. So I'm going to get rid of that because it doesn't apply now, but that's where we're headed next week. So this other one, let's see, this is, oh, the breed. We want to specify what breed that animal is, like if it's a special dog breed or something. Again, this would be a text type. I don't know, 25 characters, whatever, 50 characters. And the age of the animal, thinking I did not, yeah, I don't know, I didn't think I had a row there, but I do. Okay, so the age of the animal is also something we care about in this scenario, so I'm going to, some awkwardness here, again, put a colon there. Now this can be like an integer type, or if we were using the access types, that would be a number type. Note, it's not a text type, it's a number, clearly. So, all right, so I guess that is that. Not sure why this is over, but I guess I'm not going to care about that, and you shouldn't either. So you get the idea. Again, it's busy work when you're adding attributes, so that's what you're going to do this week, just like kind of pick through the NutriCenter. Well, next week, I should say, in the next homework phase with the NutriCenter, you'll just kind of add the attributes and get those in place. And then we'll worry about expressing relationships. Now, as you're adding attributes, your relationship lines are going haywire. That's fine. Just don't worry about them. You can fix them a little bit when all is said and done, but it's not worth the trouble to be tinkering with them as you go, because they're going to just be bouncing all over the place. So just kind of polish those up when you're done, and don't worry about those too much. Those will come into play in the following lesson when we start thinking about primary and foreign keys and expressing relationships in a physical model. But for now, it's just adding these attributes, which, as I said, is just a lot of busy work.